It's Beer O'Clock, and this is the Beer O'Clock show, Flavour of the Month. One of those things that we haven't done in months, Steve, due to holidays and all kinds of...
Yeah, it's kind of slipped a little bit, but
so
here we are.
Every month we get a special little beer from Little Leeds Beer House up here in Leeds. We're actually recording live in person.
We are, for the second time this evening.
For the second time this evening.
Although when people listen to this, it will be the first time, because the first time isn't out until a couple of days' time.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a time conundrum thing.
So we're up here in Leeds because we're doing a little bit something special, which we'll talk about in the main show. But we're in an Airbnb. We're recording face to face, which is the first time we've done for Flavour of the Month, I think.
First time for Flavour of the Month.
Yeah, and we've got a lovely little beer, courtesy of the guys at Little Leeds Beer House, who supply all the beers for our Flavour of the Month. This is Beavertown and Boneyard's Bloody Notorious Blood Orange DIPA.
Yes, sort of thing that's right up your street, mate.
Steve mentioned this on last week's main show as being the big bastard brother of Bloody Hell?
Yeah.
That's Beavertown's one, wasn't it?
Well, I think that's the natural assumption to make, seeing as it's a blood orange double IPA and Bloody Hell is a blood orange IPA, yeah.
So it's come in a Beavertown can, Beavertown branding. It's got a lovely black artwork on it with a skull covered in orangey blood. Bloody Notorious, 9.1%, blood orange double IPA. Let's get into it, pal.
Yeah. Collab with Boneyard Brewery,
Yeah.
who are based in the States, who are somewhat renowned for big IPAs, double IPAs and triple IPAs. So I'm expecting all sorts of juiciness from this.
It's quite funky on the nose, isn't it?
It is, but you get in the orange straight away coming off of that.
Yeah, you had this on keg.
I've had it. I had it on keg. Yeah, I was lucky enough to be at the Draft House in Old Street, pretty much on the day of release, and they put it on. And I remember drinking it then and thinking, "Fuck, this beer could do a lot of damage to you." It didn't drink like 9.1%, and it basically just tasted like orange juice. So it will be interesting to see what it tastes like in the can.
Yeah. So let's get into it. We've only got a few minutes.
Right. Cheers, mate.
Cheers. That's pretty easy for a 9%.
It's very easy. It's even juicier from the can. I mean that is like almost drinking, and I might be going a bit far here, but that's like drinking freshly squeezed orange juice. It's got that same sort of juicy hit to it that you get from fresh juice.
Yeah, I think you might be going a little bit too far there. It's not quite fresh orange juice, but it is really light. You are getting lovely sweetness from those orange characteristics. And there's not much residual bitterness either. So from what I remember of the Bloody Hell, that was quite a bittery palate, really, on that beer. It didn't help that I spent one night drinking it by the pint for about 3 hours.
Proud of you, mate. Very proud of you.
But, I mean, for this to be, the big brother, which they don't say it's the big brother of the Bloody Hell, but you can kind of make that assumption.
I think you're going to make that instant connection, aren't you?
But it's really easy.
Yeah, it's so easy to drink. There is orange running throughout it. You get the bitterness of orange towards the end. You get the pithiness of orange in there as well. It just finishes so easy then, and for this to be coming in at 9.1%, it's a dangerous beer. It's the sort of beer where a few of these you'd easily lose time.
Now, do you know what hops they have in this?
I've no idea, mate. No.
Okay.
I've not checked. I'm gonna stick my neck out and say there's, if you want something that's going to lend itself to the orange flavour, probably Citra, probably some Amarillo in there as well, because those would be the main two hops that would give you those sorts of flavours. But as always, open to be shot down of that. So if anybody does actually know the hops, by all means tweet us and let us know what hops are in the Bloody Notorious.
Yeah, so nice big bit of mouthfeel on when you're drinking it, but it quickly dries out to leave no residual bitterness,
Yeah.
which is really pleasant and makes it much more drinkable, I think.
Absolutely, yeah.
On a few more tastings, that there's definitely... The strength is a little bit weird. You can tell as you're drinking it that it's a 9.1%, but again, without that residual bitterness, you're not left with a feeling that you've just drunk such a heavy, that you've just drunk a double IPA.
Yeah.
There's so many of these types of beers that are high in ABV, but they're far too easy. And it's these sneaky bastard breweries that are...
Is it sneaky bastard breweries, or is it that we've just got used to drinking higher ABV beers?
I don't think so, because we've been, on the show, we've been doing some 6 or 7% beers, and they're proper, you can tell they've got some heft to them, but these DIPAs, they're just becoming too tasty, too juicy, that they just slide down far too easily, and people are just going to be falling in the gutters.
Absolutely, and I would encourage people to tune into this week's main show as well to check out the conversation that we have about DIPAs as well.
So this is coming out on the Wednesday, right?
Yes.
So on the Friday we've got a special show with Rob from Hopzine.
Yeah, that's with DIPA Central.
DIPA Central,
basically.
Have a listen.
Yeah, because it's all about dippers. But back to this one. I mean, everything you've said there, I completely agree. It is a really juicy drink. There's lots of orange going on in there. Oh, excuse me. The bitterness comes and goes, and it does just leave this almost a slightly resinous feel in the mouth, slightly oily feel in the mouth, but not in an unpleasant way.
Mm-hmm.
And these two breweries coming together to produce this. Top drawer stuff, really, really good stuff.
Yeah, there's a definite slight filminess on the palate afterwards.
Yeah.
But not having that residual bitterness is, for me, someone who's, even after 4 years, is slightly hop averse. That's quite nice to not have to battle through that to get, because that often puts me off on having another gulp even. But, I'll finish this can quite easily.
Yeah. Which is worrying for 9.1%.
9.1% and the fact that it's a DIPA.
Yeah. And as always, we are really grateful to Little Leeds Beer House for providing these beers for us to drink on Flavour of the Month and for supporting Flavour of the Month with us. And would just like to say as well that they are fully behind the Leeds Beer Week, which is coming up at the end of August. So it runs from August 28th to September the 6th. For all of the information on Little Leeds Beer Week, I think the dippers are getting to me. Check out leedsbeerweek.co.uk for all the information on what's going on there. And also make sure to check out Little Leeds Beer House as well. And if you're ever in Leeds, go up there, you'll get a really personal service from the guys up there. They've got a great range of beers, and it's great that they continue to support Flavour of the Month.
Yeah, it's a beautiful little shop and a lovely modern setting in the heart of Leeds, so you can't really do wrong. And not knowing anything about Leeds Beer Week, but if these guys are involved with it, then it's going to be
It's going to be a good week. Yeah.
And Leeds is obviously the craft capital of the UK.
Absolutely, which is something that we've established many times.
Yes, we have. Right, Steve, we've got a little bit of an announcement to make on this show as well. We're going to sneak it in.
We have indeed, because we kind of felt as though this was the place to do it. I suppose there's no easy way to say this, mate. After 4 years of podcasting with you and doing...
We're splitting up.
We are. We're breaking up the band. What is it? 150 plus main shows, plus various spin-offs.
I think we've done almost 200 things.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on. We've decided to hit the pause button on the Beer O'Clock Show main show itself, haven't we? So at the end of this season, we'll be calling it a day for a bit, and we'll be having a bit of a break from the Beer O'Clock Show.
Well, we'll be hitting the pause button on the Mark and Steve show.
Yes.
The Beer O'Clock Show itself is still going to go on. Just to let the folks know, this has been my decision. It's a case of it's not you, Steve, it's me.
Yeah, mate. I think we took you. People that have been with us for a long time will know that when we started, the goal of the show was to take you on a journey, and I think at the moment you feel as though you've gone as far on that journey as you can go, and there's nowhere else for you to go. So it's time for us to take a pause on Mark and Steve, the Beer O'Clock Show itself. But we're still going to be doing Flavour of the Months.
Flavour of the Month is still going to be going on every month.
So we're still going to be chipping in with that. And I'm not quite ready to hang up my podcasting boots just yet. So I'll be back with something else in September that will still be under the Beer O'Clock Show brand, because we have created a recognised brand in what we've done over the last 4 years. But I'm not going to announce that just yet. We'll be saving that for the live show that we'll be doing at Hot Burns and Black in a few weeks' time. So people will be able to... You'll still get your dose of Beer O'Clock Show-ness. It'll just be in a slightly different measure.
Yeah, and we still got a few more shows to do in this season, and we've got a Hot Burns and Black appearance that we're going to be doing in early August. So I'm not disappearing tonight.
No, we're going to go out with a bang. We're going to build up the remainder of the series, and it's going to, we're going to go out on a high, mate.
Indeedy, and there's tickets for the Hot Burns and Black thing will be on sale shortly, if not already. So if you want to come and say goodbye and have a bit of a party, then come along to that.
And it is going to be a party as well. And mate, I just want to raise a glass to you, because it's been a pleasure doing this with you for 4 years. I've really enjoyed it.
I've probably damaged my liver far more than I would have if I just stuck drinking Coke Zero all the time.
And Foster's.
I never drank Foster's. Give me some credit.
Okay.
So that's the end of Flavour of the Month. So this Bloody Notorious, the blood orange dipper from Beavertown and Boneyard. Pretty tasty, pretty dangerous.
Tasty, dangerous, unfortunately in very limited quantities by the time people are listening to this as well. Most of the cans are already gone. You will still find it in probably a lot of good craft beer bars on keg now as well, because that's how it seems to be more readily available.
Mm-hmm. So sniff it out. One good way that I've found of finding beers that you want to find is just go into the check-ins, try and on Untapped and narrow it down to venues that are near you within a certain radius.
Yeah.
And you can find places where might be stocking it, although by the time you've checked it, they've already sold out. Yeah. In which case you're out of luck. Sorry. So, yep, as Steve has said, thanks bigly to Little Leeds Beer House, who keep providing these beers to us every month, and we really appreciate it. So, Rich and Bridie, thank you very much. So, until next month, buddy.
It's been the highlight of my month.
And mine. Bye-bye.